minute. It's the time of great exposing. It's the great exposure. So keep that in mind as we're coming into this J6 bullshit. The bullshit. Because it's just nothing more than a distraction and a spectacle, folks. It's smoke and mirrors. You might as well be at the David Copperfield show. Have you ever... some of you have kids, but I've seen this happen. It happened to me many times when you get caught doing something, you know, you're a bad kid or whatever. You're doing some shenanigans, some mischief, and you get caught. And let's say you're the parent and you catch the kid, and you saw the whole thing. You saw the whole fucking thing, and you're watching this kid just make up excuse after excuse, pointing his finger, and you just sit there, and it's comical. You're just watching this kid go, oh, he did this, and then that, and this is why I did this. And you watch the whole thing. You watch the kid push the other kid in the playground, kick him in the face, whatever. And you're watching these pathetic excuses. That's what we're watching right now. We've seen it all. We know already. It's an old consciousness trying to cover up for itself. We're in the new consciousness. We're watching this in disbelief, like it's pathetic. Let's watch this. Let's watch the third impeachment. They're so fucking scared of this guy. They're so fucking scared of Trump. I'm telling you that right now. That they're doing anything and everything to get the last remaining part of their audience to believe this horseshit. It's horseshit. Just saying, it's horseshit. And we're all going to watch it and be like, okay. That's what's going to happen. We're all going to watch it, and it's just going to be a dud. It's going to fall apart on them. But that's okay. It needs to happen. We're in the great exposing. Great awakening, also the same as the great exposing, because that's what's waking us up. So what this really is, we're not stupid. We all know what this is. Smoke and mirrors, distraction. They're panicking their asses off. They got nothing left. All the narratives have fallen apart. All of them have fallen apart. We know the boogeyman number 1, boogeyman number 2, boogeyman number 3, boogeyman number 4. People are wising up to this old guard bullshit. And it's destroying us. We're letting it... Devolution, folks. It's devolution. So this third impeachment distraction, because that's really what it is, folks. It's an impeachment. It's an impeachment. It's to discredit and vilify Trump. That's all it is. And I think I don't even know if Fox is airing this. I know CNN might be showing clips in here to their all 500 audience. 500 people, that's it. That's all. I don't even know what their audience is anymore. But they're getting their fucking ass kicked by podcasts. Joe Rogan's like the top. And alternative media, folks. People know mainstream media is bullshit. The great exposing. So they're trying to deflect and gaslight. Deflect and gaslight, distract and vilify. Deflect, gaslight, distract, vilify. Deflect, gaslight, distract, and vilify. But I really don't believe anyone's going to fall for this horseshit anymore, because the more they do this, the more pathetic they're going to look. The more pathetic they're going to look. So the House panel is investigating the January 6th. I don't want to say the whole words, folks. The raid. And laid the blame on Donald Trump Thursday night, saying the assault. You mean the assault they did? The assault they did. We all know what happened. Whatever happened to Epps? That guy Epps that was telling everybody, storm the Capitol. What happened to that guy? Wasn't he a Fed? Saying the assault was hardly spontaneous, but an attempted coup and a direct result of the defeated president's effort. The defeated president's effort to overturn the you-know-what. With a never-before-seen 12-minute video of the deadly violence. God, who calls me, man? Deadly violence. And startling testimony from Trump's most inner circle. And remember, a lot of his people are turning on him as well. The 1-6 committee provided gripping detail in contending that Trump's repeated lies about the you-know-what and his public effort to stop Joe Biden's victory led to the attack of an imperiled American democracy. There's no right way to do a wrong thing. There's no right way to do a wrong thing. And what these people are doing is pathetically exposing themselves and incriminating themselves further and further and further. And if you're paying attention, you see this. We all know what happened January 6th. 107 filmed a movie there called The Called, showing peaceful people were formulating together in prayer, holding hands, praying, completely peaceful. But they're going to make you out to be the fucking terrorist. Because we're dealing with demonic fucking forces, and I'm dead serious, folks. I'm dead serious on this. It's demonic. My dog's leaving. Yeah, some Capitol Police committed suicide. You're absolutely correct. This is a spiritual war. And if you're paying attention, you see that all they're dealing with is dirty tricks, an old consciousness, folks. So I'm going to go into some of this liberal jive here that I found in some of the syndicates so you can understand the lies. The only people believing this are the dumb fuck liberals that don't know any better, that just hate. They're godless. They just hate. Trump's shocking comments that Pence deserves to be hanged on January 6th revealed at hearing. So, oh boy. Former President Donald Trump said, I mean, treason is treason, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Treason is treason. Former President Donald Trump said his Vice President Mike Pence deserves to be hanged during the J6 riot at the Capitol. Rep. Liz Cheney, Deep State Cheney, said at the First House Select Committee hearing on the attack. Over a series of hearings in the coming weeks, you will hear testimony live and on video from more than half a dozen former White House staff in the Trump administration. These people that are turning on him are not in your best interest, folks. Rhinos, you got to remember, the people surrounding Trump, this whole thing is a swamp. The whole thing is a swamp. Very few people had Trump's back. So these people are turncoats that you're going to be hearing from, fucking liars, and don't have your best interest. They want to take us to the Great Reset. They got something in it. They all got a little bit in it to sell out the country. You will hear testimony that the president did not rally, want to put anything out, calling off the riot, or asking his supporters to leave. You will hear that President Trump was yelling and really angry at advice. Yeah, I would be angry too. He's a human being. He knows what the fuck happened. They ripped America's heart out. And what we're going through today with the high gas prices, the open border, all of that is because of what happened on that day. Now, you know, I have to dance around everything. Betsy DeVos says Trump cabinet, including Pence, discussed 25th, of course, including Pence. Pence is a traitor. Including Pence, discussed 25th Amendment to remove him from office. Former Education Secretary Betsy DeVos claims she and other cabinet members, including former Vice President Mike Pence, discussed invoking the 25th Amendment to remove former President Donald Trump after January 6th. I heard there was a lot of jealousy within Paul Ryan, Pence, all of them. They were really fucking jealous. They despised Trump. They hated Trump, from what I've heard. And they were behind the scenes. Orchestrating, engineering. GOP leader Kevin McCarthy says everyone in the country was responsible for January 6th when pressed if it was Trump's fault, and says Democrats' primetime hearing is a distraction and won't fool the American people. It will not fool the American people. Those of you paying attention, this will not fool you. On Thursday night at 8 p.m., the Select Committee investigating J6 will hold its first public hearing. McCarthy said that J6 committee was unlike any other committee in American history because Pelosi rejected 2 of his picks. They're picking who they want. Look, I'm just going to put it like this, because this could get me in trouble, this subject right here. We all know what happened. And just how I started off this program today about the kid getting in trouble and pointing fingers when you saw everything that happened. Let's say the kid stole something from the grocery store or the store, and you caught him. You got him on camera, and you're asking him, hey, did you take that? No, it was not me. I never did that. I would never do that. And it's in his pocket. That's what these people look like. When you have it, we have it all, folks. We have it all. We know what they're doing. We know what they've done. And this is all just a distraction, smoke and mirrors. That's all this is. That's all it is. They're panicking. This guy is so hot on their ass. Trump is such a fucking threat. It's such a threat that they have to do this. Lil and Nelson. And they're in hopes of doing this. Why? They want a civil war. They want the country to go against itself. God, I have to be real careful now I say these things. And I hate